Oh boys, have we had a stinker. We've had an absolute stinker. Before we get into today's science, let's say rest in peace. Can you see it? Where's it at? Yep, right there. That's my computer. Oh, that's my former computer at this point. Had a hurricane hit. Power is out, internet goes out for 3 days, get it back, my computer doesn't work. We hire a goddamn computer engineer to come try and fix my computer. He's here for 3 hours, I have to spend like $250. He's like, dog, I don't know what's going on, he dipped. So here we freaking are. It's been a stinky week for me, but I'm trying my best to do my job, make some content. So we spent all day getting my backup PC all hooked up, getting everything fixed, so there's probably gonna be some kinks. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best, dude. This is all after like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Freaking goddamn breaking my camera and having to get a brand new lens. So, oh man, what did I do wrong? I think I'm a nice young boy. I think I'm a nice lad. Why me? Dog, for all I know, I'm gonna go and make this video, try to upload it. My YouTube channel's done and been hacked by a 40-year-old man named freaking Floyd. But genuinely, it would help me kind of lift my spirits if you guys could drop a like in the video. Like, I don't know, like 4 likes, that would make me smile. All that self-pity out of the way. Now time to zoom in on Mr. Bubble's beautiful scientific face as back with more scientific research. It's kind of funky that this is a scientific experiment, yet the theme of the video, you'll get it. As you guys see in the title of the video, we're going to see if a team of NFL players who opted out for the 2020 NFL season, if you put them all onto one team, how'd they do? Will they even have a shot to win the Super Bowl? Can they make the playoffs? Who'll be the best of the best? As this is going to be funky. Very funky. As we all know, the 2020 NFL season's unlike none. There's no freaking fans in the stands. We might have a global pandemic out there, but I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get demonetized because at this point, dog, I'm going to have to buy a new freaking computer. But obviously, all the NFL players have the option to opt out of the season. We're taking every single one of those players, putting them on a team and see how they do throughout an NFL season. So hopefully you guys are glad the videos are back. I do apologize, especially for my members. We are doing that franchise series soon, I promise you. But like, I've had some problems lately. But this has been a video suggested by plenty of people out there. I probably had like 20 to 30 people suggest this, so there's not really one guy I can give credit to. But I appreciate you guys regardless who did suggest this. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. We're on the road to 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. We're also going to be doing, I'm not going to announce it just yet, but some console giveaways, some new consoles, PlayStation 5s, Xbox Series X is given away to my subscribers and subscribers only. So if you want to have a chance to be involved in that for my subscribers, make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to click that subscription button if you haven't. Now let's just get into some science. Like, that's what I need right now. I need just some science that I can sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now there are a few problems with this roster because there are a few positions that didn't have players opt out in. So I tried my best to make it as fair as possible. Most of the players I can move around to separate positions. The New England Patriots had the most players opt out. I think they had a total of 7. Maybe even more than that. So that's why I used them. Now the first glaring problem is the quarterback situation, because the quarterback seriously is the only position that didn't have anybody could convert to be a decent overall at that opted out of the 2020 season. Not one quarterback out there. It's really weird. It's like a lot of the same positions opted out. Like there's a ton of wide receivers, a ton of cornerbacks, but then there's like hardly any linebackers or not many safeties, but there's like 15 cornerbacks but no safeties. Like what does that even mean? Like what happened there? Like there's like 10 wide receivers that opted out. Some didn't even make the team, but yet there was like 1 or 2. I think there's only 1 actual running back that opted out, so we had to do some funky stuff. So I just tried to be fair. I went with 2 quarterbacks that have been injury prone to kind of fit the theme a little bit. They're not like way too high overall to mess up the simulation, but at the same time they're not way too low overall to like hurt the team. Like they're about average. I've seen like 65, 66 overall quarterbacks lead teams to the playoffs in the Super Bowl. But Marcus Mariota is gonna be our starter. I have his jersey like right there, so I mean I guess it's just fitting. Like bite me. Like I've tried so hard to get this video freaking uploaded, dog. Like just give me a freaking break. This is the only position that's a little funky. Now the running back position, Damien Williams, one of the higher overall players in the entire team, 83 rated, comes in as our starting running back. Now, like I said, he's the only running back that opted out. Not one of the running back in the entirety of the NFL opted out. He's going to be a starter. So what we did, since there was a plethora of wide receivers, is we converted 2 of the wide receivers to running back. DeAnthony Thomas, he's a beast. He's a 75 rated, pretty fast as well. So even though he's a wide receiver, he's still going to play running back for us on this team. And also Josh Doxson as well. comes in at a 75 rated running back. He's a wide receiver in real life, but he's going to play running back for us today. Now, fullback, we have plenty of them, and we had a plethora of offensive linemen as well, and we just try to go with like highest rated. There's an actual fullback from the Cowboys. I'm not even going to try, Jamize Olawale, but we have him at fullback number 2, and we're going with Nate Solder as our number 1 fullback, just for the higher ratings offensive lineman. He's 6'8", 325, so he's definitely got a block at the freaking goal line. Now, wide receiver, there's nobody spectacular, but it's probably the best depth we have on the entire team. Devin Funchess, number 1. Marquise Goodwin, number 2, 78 rated. He has 97 speed, so he's a beast. We have Marquise Lee at a 77, Albert Wilson at a 76, Travis Benjamin, 74, and a little spoiler right here, because once again, for some reason, like 10, 15 wide receivers opted out, but like I think there was one real tight end. So what we did do is take the overlap of wide receivers that have decent size and decent height, converted them over to the tight end. They're better overall than our one tight end that we actually have, Matt LaCosse, off the Patriots already. He's one of the Patriots players that did opt out for this season. We have Geronimo Allison at a 75 and Alan Hearns at a 73. Now the O-line is decent, it just doesn't really have depth. At left tackle, we have Jawan James. At left guard, we have Andre Smith. He's one of the worst linemen we have in the entire team, 66 overall. At center, Marcus Gilbert, 76 overall. This guy is actually a monster. Reason being is because like his reasoning for opting out, I mean, everybody else's is valid as well, but this guy, like, he's actually a freaking hero. Like, real talk, he's a freaking doctor. He's an actual goddamn doctor, and didn't want to put his patients, you know, at risk for playing the game that he loves to play. So he's just what a human being. Honestly, like, he deserves something. Like, after this pandemic's over, this guy better get a lot of honor, a lot of praise that he does deserve. Reigning Super Bowl champion, one of the higher overall offensive linemen on this team, 78 overall, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. At right tackle, we have Marcus Cannon at a 76. Where did he go to college? McGill University. Is it a doctor? Like, how does that happen? Is McGill University a prestigious medical school? Onto the defense, Andrew Billings coming in at the left end position at a 73. At right end, we have Eddie Goldman at an 81, one of the higher overall players on this team. Like, there's a lot of decent players. There's nobody spectacular, but I think still good enough as a unit to make the playoffs. At D tackle, that was another thing. There was hardly any defensive ends that opted out, but there was like 7 or 8 defensive tackles. Like, how? Like, why? Michael Pierce actually is the highest overall player on this entire team, coming in at a 91 rated. Al Wood, 77, and Starla Tulele at 73. Now, the linebacker core is actually pretty sick too. Just not a lot of depth. We have CJ Mosley on the left side at an 84 rated. Has he really not played in 2 years? Just thought about that. He was out the entire last year for an injury, and then he's out this entire year for opting out. So when he comes back next year, like, he's going to be friggin' rusty. But he comes in at an 84 rated. Middle linebacker, Dante Hightower, a monster. A big loss for the Patriots team. One of their better players that did opt out was the captain of this defense, 88 rated. But behind him, Ukeme Elegui from Georgia Southern. He's a 59 rated, so not a lot of depth there. Once again, like, just random. Like, there's hardly any linebackers. Not a lot of them, but the ones that did opt out, really good, but there's just not a lot of depth. But on the right side, we have Josh Harvey-Clemons at a 66. Now, in this secondary, once again, we had a million cornerbacks, but hardly any safeties. We had to do a lot of conversions here. Rashaan Melvin at 74, Maurice Kennedy at a 73, EJ Gaines 72, and Marvell Tell III at a 70. There's a lot of average corners, not pathetic, but not great. Jordan Lucas at a 69 overall is at free safety, and at strong safety, Patrick Chung at an 83 rated. Another actual Patriot that did opt out. So him and Dante Hightower really destroyed this defense. They are probably still going to be good this year, but also one of the higher overall players in the entire team at an 83 rated. Now the kicker and punter, once again, dog, like, no kicker or punter opted out, so like I just didn't even worry about kicking anybody off the Patriots team. Like, bite me, like, what do you want me to do? But boys, the team comes in at a 77 rated, 76 offense, 79 defense. That's not like fantastic, obviously, but I've seen much worse. But with the team and the way they're kind of meshed, I just don't see any fluky way this team does actually make the playoffs. I'm interested to see, though, how they actually perform. But, like, honestly, I don't see this team getting any more than, like, 6 wins. If they get more than 6, I'll be shocked. Really quick, before it's spoiled, don't cheat. Let me know in the comment section below what you think this team's record is going to be. I'm going to go 6-10. I mean, for video's sake, I would love for them, honestly, to make the playoffs, but it's just not going to happen. I think them not having a QB that opted out is really going to hurt them because, like, I didn't want to cheat, you know, and put, like, a 90 rated. And, yep, that's what I freaking thought. The opt-out squad, I guess it's because they're rusty. You know, they didn't make the playoffs, but how bad did they actually do? I mean, honestly, like, if they only won, like, 1 or 2 games, it really wouldn't shock me. The team really didn't develop, you know, up to a 78 rated, 77 offense, 80 defense. The team, god dang, dude, 4-12. But you know what? Still better than the Miami Dolphins. To be fair, that still is pretty freaking stinky because, as you see, the division was very, very stinky on its own, and we still only managed 4 wins against that very, very, very stinky division. Now, I guess it really doesn't matter, but we'll still check the rest of the league. The Ravens go 13-3, best record in the league. Cowboys, Packers, 49ers, Bears, Texans, Giants, Raiders, Titans, Broncos, Saints, Chargers, Eagles make the playoffs. Do we have the worst record? The Jets in our lonely old division at 8-8 on the year. Why did the Seahawks do so bad? It's so random. But at least the opt-out squad didn't have the worst record. We had the 24th worst offense in the league, and defensively, we had the 22nd. So about the same on both sides. So like the one side of the ball really wasn't worse or better than the other side. Could they have not had a better picture of Matt Rule? Dog, he's not even looking at the camera. Now, who won the MVP? Of course, is Lamar Jackson going back-to-back. Deshaun in second, Dak in third, Matt Stafford in fourth. Obviously, we didn't have anybody in the top 10, but my boy Ryan Tannehill did come in ninth. I just want to check out the team, and then we'll see who wins the Super Bowl. Marcus Mariota, like, that's probably a big reason why. He threw 17 picks. I mean, 4,100 yards is decent, but 57% completion percentage and 17 picks is a little bit too much. It's not Jameis Winston, but it's still a lot of picks. He was sacked 52 times to the offensive line that I thought was decent. Obviously didn't perform well. Now, running the football, I mean, it wasn't awful. We probably should have ran the ball more. I mean, he had 4 yards per carry, didn't necessarily break 1,000 yards, but 868 yards isn't too shabby. 9 touchdowns. Anthony Thomas had 4 on the ground as well, catching the football. Devin Funchess, right here. Aaron Rodgers is crying somewhere. Although, like I say that, they had a great first game of the year versus the Vikings. Like, even Valdez-Scantling and Lazard, friggin' Lizard, had a good game. So maybe they're just going to develop and be better. But Devin Funchess, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. And now moving on to defense. Did anybody do good things for us? Dante Hightower led the team with 113 tackles. Former teammates at Alabama here. Now, sacks goes to Eddie Goldman, 8.5. Most interceptions goes to Jordan Lucas, who was one of the worst overall starters on defense. Had like, I think, 69 overall, had 4 picks on the year. But, I mean, it was fun to test it out, but honestly, I'm not shocked that this team literally only won 4 games. But I guess, you know, when you compile an entire team of players that aren't even freaking playing and you still win 4 games, I guess that's not too awful. But, like, watch the Browns, like, win the Super Bowl. It always happens. No, an actual, like, kind of believable Super Bowl. Although, you know, it's still saying Super Bowl 54, and dog, the game's been out for a month. They've got to know that Madden 21 franchise, they still have last year's Super Bowl here, but yet they can't fix a little number. Billion-dollar company can't fix a freaking number. But as I was saying, like, the Eagles, I doubt, you know, they go this far after the Week 1 performance against the Washington football team, but you never know. It's a long season. But, you know, I really wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens win the Super Bowl. They're my Super Bowl pick this year. And the Eagles and Carson Wentz gonna shock me, even without Marquise Goodwin, and wow, funky ending.